got an update on this thing. You can probably, anybody who's been following the channel, this thing's been a humdinger. I got the small, you can see the two shiny things in there. That's the two hose clamps, and yeah, that's how short the hose is. Anybody who's ever worked on one of these rascals knows exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, they might have known a better way of getting that hose on there and off of there, but that was a pistol. Sometimes when I work on something, if I get aggravated with it, I just let it sit. I walk away from it. And I had been piddling with this thing, trying to put that hose on for the last, this is a 480 case. I've been piddling with it for not a whole lot. I would come out here sometimes and I'd say, well, I'll just tackle this and work on it and put that on there, and I'd get so aggravated. I mean, it's just room enough to get one hand in there. Very frustrating. Sure, somebody knows the easier way, but it wasn't easy. But we put a water pump on it, and I fixed this alternator and tightened it up. And anyway, I got that on there today, and I was tickled to death. I was glad to get down there because we're going to get this thing back together, and it runs good. It's just leaking water. It needed a water pump. You know, stuff gets to that point. I got to put that plumbing back on there. That goes crossways right in here, and you can see the one coming up right there. That's a Y, and it goes in there, and that's how your hydraulics pick up. You know, the loader frame is the reservoir for your loader, and a lot of the hydraulic for the hoe and everything. So anyway, we'll try to get this thing, try my best to get this running and put back together in running order this week. After I get off work each day, I'll come here and tinker with it a little bit. But where I had a hard time, I will have a hard time fooling with it here a little bit more. The cap right here where your fuel shut-off rail is at in here, I went up on the hill where I had parked this thing, and I said, well, I'll go up here. I want to get it and work on it. I got in the mood to fool with it again. And first thing I did was I was checking fuel here on this lower filter and got that messed up. I had to put new fuel filters on it. Then I was trying to crank it, and I was spinning it over. You know, it had run all the fuel out, so I knew I was going to have to bleed it. And I'm cracking all these lines loose. I'm not getting any fuel anywhere. I'm getting fuel at the bottom of the injector pump. I'm cracking lines coming off the injector pump up. I'm not getting any fuel. I'm thinking, well, maybe I got an airlock somewhere. Well, what ended up happening was the mechanical shutoff right here that shuts the fuel off had latched in here, and it wouldn't come undone. As soon as I pulled this cap off, you know, I just took a little screwdriver and said, pink, and that thing just, you know, it was supposed to be released. But here's the deal. I had already loosened up all these fuel lines trying to bleed this, and they're seeping just a little bit, so I'll have to tighten. You got to run it to figure out where the leaks are, so, but it does crank and run, so I'll get it cranked back up, and I'll get it running, and then I'll get them leaks stopped, and hopefully we'll have this thing so I can use it again. I got a little bit of digging I'd like to do with it. Anyway, like and subscribe.